Can I have a go now?
No.
Can I have a go now?
No.
Surely. Can I go now?
Yeah. Coming up on today's episode, we have got the top 5 Master System games and Fun Fact Friday.
It's game over. Jason.
Oh, sorry, Greg. Yes, Greg, we are talking about the top 5 Master System games, and of course, it always comes with a little caveat, doesn't it, Greg?
A what?
Caveat.
Caveat?
Yes.
Isn't that a posh fish? Poo?
No, that's caviar.
Oh.
It comes with a caveat that this is our top 5, isn't it?
Well, more than me, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I was a Super Nintendo sort of boy. I'm a bit younger than you, as we've established before, because you're nearly 40, aren't you, Jason?
Yes, Greg, I am. The Sega Master System, Greg, was released here in the UK and Europe in 1987.
I was 7.
I was a bit older than that. The retail price was around about $59.99.
$59.99?
$59.99.
Isn't it amazing that it's probably worth 3 times that now?
Maybe not that much, but yeah. And you could play cartridges and also credit card games in the slot there. Do you remember those?
Credit card games? What's
Yeah,
that?
Sega cards they were called. Don't you remember them? Came on a little card. Used to go in there. They weren't as good as the
Have we got
cartridge
any?
games, no.
Oh,
I'll put a screenshot of one in.
that's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't tell them we've done that.
I won't.
Yeah, and the one thing that got me, Jason, with this was, what's wrong with that cover on the box there?
Well, they tried to make you believe that the control pads were wireless, didn't they?
Which they blatantly weren't,
They're not.
because well, you can see that right there.
It's got a big long wire. Number 5, Greg, in our countdown of our top 5 Master System games, alright, my top 5 Master System games, is Wonder Boy. Do you remember Wonder Boy, Greg?
No.
Well, it was a series created by Sega, originally in the arcade before the Master System. It was very popular, and it was then ported over to the Sega Mark III in Japan, which was actually the Master System in the rest of the world. The titular character...
What?
The titular character...
Tit?
Titular.
The tit character?
Yeah.
There's a character in this called
No,
the Tit.
titular means the guy in the title. It's Hurricane Gertrude there.
We're really getting the backlash of it, aren't we?
The guy in the title. That's what that means. Wonder Boy, who was called Tom Tom for the Master System version. In the game, his girlfriend, Tanya,
Hold
had
on.
been...
Tom Tom, Tanya and Tit.
Yes. Tanya had been kidnapped by the Dark King, Greg. And it was your job to guide Wonder Boy around 7 areas with 4 levels each to rescue Tanya. It's a lot of hard work if you ask me. I'd have just left her. But he can arm himself with hatchets, and bizarrely he could ride a skateboard. Considering he was like a caveman type character. Don't know where the skateboard came from, but it was great. In at number 4, Greg, on our countdown, still with me,
Yeah.
is Golden Axe Warrior for the Sega Master System.
Is it joke time now?
No,
Why?
because we're still in the top 5 Master System games.
Sorry, Jason.
And this is Golden Axe Warrior, Greg.
Golden Axe.
Warrior.
What's that?
Well, it's a spin-off from Golden Axe, which you surely must remember, the
Yeah.
title, if nothing else. Well, Golden Axe Warrior was a bit like Zelda, but for the Master System.
Has this got a tit in it?
No.
Right.
It's told of the lead character was avenging his parents' death, and in order to do so had to go through lots of labyrinths and collect crystals and all kinds of things, a bit like you do in Zelda. It was a bit
Never liked Zelda.
role play, RPG is what they call it, Greg, isn't it? Role playing game. So now we're at number 3, Greg, with a game that you surely must remember. Alex Kidd in Miracle World. Alex Kidd was Sega's mascot before a certain other character arrived, and this game was even built in to the Sega Master System too.
Other character for Sega?
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Give us some clues.
Blue. Anyway, Alex Kidd was another side-scrolling platform game that follows a similar theme to many of the games that were around then, in that Alex Kidd himself, the titular character...
Was it Ted in this one?
Yeah. He had to rescue his brother, Prince Egil, who had been kidnapped by the evil Janken the Great. And of course he had to go through all different levels, solving puzzles and fighting end-of-level bosses and all of that kind of thing. He could also earn...
Echo the Dolphin, wasn't it? This other character.
No, Greg. He could also earn money where he could buy things like motorbikes and helicopters even within the game. What you got to remember about all these games, Greg, is you couldn't save them, could you? Remember?
Oh, yeah.
So we used to have to like leave the system on when we went for our tea.
Yeah.
And we'd play them for hours and hours to finish the game. And when it finished, or if you didn't finish it rather, you had to go all the way back to the beginning, didn't you? Go through all the levels you've already done. So it used to take us a long, long time to finish these games, didn't it, Greg?
Blue?
Blue character, yeah.
Super Mario. I knew it, because he wears blue sometimes, doesn't he?
That was Nintendo, wasn't it, Greg?
Oh, yeah.
So this is number 2 in our countdown, Greg. And this is my favourite Master System game, so why isn't it at number 1, I hear you ask?
Why isn't it number 1?
Because number 1 has to be number 1, really, and you'll know because it's that character we were talking about, Greg.
Which character?
The blue one.
Oh, right, yeah.
But this one, number 2, my favourite Sega Master System game was Psycho Fox. Remember that, don't you, Greg?
Nope.
In Psycho Fox, you played the part of Psycho Fox, who was trying to get rid of an evil god called Mad Fox. And obviously you went through the levels, and you could, in this game, change characters. I think it was one of the first games where you could do that. You had a Shinto stick, and you could change into like a hippopotamus or something. They all had different powers. Which you would need to get through the levels. Like the hippopotamus was really slow and couldn't jump, but he was really strong if you needed to bash through something. So to number 1 in our list of the top 5 Sega
Love this game. Do you remember we bought this ages ago? Isn't this just a great game? You can just play it when you're bored, like you're talking a bit bored.
Number 1, Greg, in our list is of course Sonic the Hedgehog.
You mean?
Yeah. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Why didn't you say he was blue?
Sonic the Hedgehog became Sega's flagship character in a bid to rival the Nintendo Super Mario Brothers, Greg. They already had Alex Kidd, but they didn't feel like Alex Kidd was a good enough character to rival Super Mario Brothers. Was Sonic the Hedgehog? Well, that divides opinion, doesn't it? Who was your favourite, Greg?
Well,
Sonic or the Mario Brothers?
I'm a Mario boy, always have been. Yeah,
I think I probably am deep down, which is probably why Sonic the Hedgehog is number 1 for Sega, because it's their main character.
Do you know what the problem I had with it? This is going to sound really silly.
Go on, then.
It was just too fast. Back in that, I just couldn't.
That was his main character trait, Greg.
I know that.
Fast,
but I just with Mario, you just you can see it was just all the way. In fact,
we used to do time trials, didn't we, for the first level of Sonic, so you could do it fastest, just whizzing through the level. That was the.
No, it's too fast for me. Are you suggesting I'm slow, Jason? Jason, I've been thinking about my section, you know, the really popular joke section.
Your section?
Yeah.
You got a section now, have you?
Yeah, I want titles. I want an opening, I want like stars and fireworks and then Greg's joke time and all that.
Off you go then.
Well, can you speak to the editing department about that? Do you want me to speak? Do you want me to speak to them?
Yeah.
Can you do an opening for the joke section, Jason? I want fireworks and Greg's joke time coming up. Has it just happened?
It's just been on, yeah. It was fantastic, Greg. It took me ages. Spent a lot of time on it, yeah.
Oh, thanks, mate.
It's alright, mate. Don't worry.
I feel like I've made it now.
Got your own titles.
Can't wait to see it. That's the thing, you see. I don't get to see it until like you put it. When they see it, it's the first time I see it, isn't it? So I can't wait for it. It'll sparkly and fireworky.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Jason, why don't oysters give to charity?
I don't know, Greg. Why don't oysters give to charity?
Because they're shellfish.
Right, Greg, give us a fun fact on Fun Fact Friday.
Fun Fact Friday?
Yeah.
I haven't got a fun fact for this Friday.
Haven't you?
No.
Oh, no.
Sorry, viewers.
Never mind.
Did you know, Jason, that the Americans, hi Americans, I think there's usually one out there that watches us, isn't there?
Howdy. That's what they say.
G'day. Did you know, Jason, is that right? The Americans eat the equivalent of 18 acres of land of pizza every day.
18 acres of pizza every day?
Mm-hmm.
How many Americans? All of them?
Well, I don't think that's just one, do you?
Probably not, no. I've got a fun fact, Greg. Mr. T, you know Mr. T? Ain't gonna play fool. Mr. T, he didn't just walk in then, that was me. He started wearing gold jewellery when he was a club bouncer. And it was all jewellery that was left behind by customers or that came off while he was throwing them out at the club.
So he stole it?
Mostly, yeah.
That's outrageous.
You got another fact?
Yeah. This is great, this one.
Go on then.
I'm going to try this, so I don't even know it's a fact yet. Anyway, did you know when you're chopping onions, you know you cry? Well, I always do. I mean, I cry all the time. Well, it's just emotional, isn't it? I don't mean have a breakdown. If you chew gum, apparently it stops you crying.
Well, I've never tried that.
Yeah, but you're going to, aren't you?
Yeah, I've heard that sucking a spoon also stops you crying.
Yeah, but then you look like a bit of an idiot, don't you?
Yeah.
Chopping an onion with a spoon in your mouth.
Yeah. Do you want one more fun fact from me, Greg?
Go on then, Fun Fact Friday.
Fun Fact Friday. Did you know that the Leaning Tower of Pisa was never actually straight? It started sinking when they built the second floor. Now at that point, you'd think they'd probably say, this isn't working, lads, let's start again, wouldn't you? But no, they just carried on, built the whole thing at an angle.
It was never straight.
Never straight. All that remains for us to do, Greg, is say bye.
Jason, on your head.
Poor Ed the duck.
What happened to that bottle of... Oh, I better not bring that up, I don't.
That is the end of another episode of Tea and Toast. We'll see you again next time.
See you soon.